Hey guys, I'm back. Ooh. Mic is on. Put up at this, Okay, never mind.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine,
There we go.
I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing me with my sister this whole time. Anyway.
Revive Kaine! Kaine's dream. Discrimination. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surround the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved a downpour, was now wandering slowly towards the wooden hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Wow. Good description. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped from the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on! Come on! The child could feel a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life, spinning this way, and that for a moment it finally settled, with the beak pointing firmly towards the east. East? Really? Before the vein... What did it say? If it went to the west, it should go home, and then to the east, it go where? Before the vein could move again, the jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before the voice rang out. Yoo-hoo, Kaine. The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all bullies in the area. The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from the cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shape of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seamless indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. "What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you decide to or did you finally decide to run away from home?" Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more few steps, the other children scrambled around her, cruelty burning in her eyes. Oh my god, I feel so bad for Kaine. Kaine knew those were not the eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to these senses. It was one she had experienced many times before. Why, game? Why play? Why, master? Why do you do this? I want to read Kaine's story. And all of a sudden, beep, 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 beep. This is bullshit, you know. One more time. If it does it again, one more time. I kind of get it.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine.
Okay, where were we? The bullies were surrounding Kaine. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave. Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt. Can I say something, guys? I have a little bit of a self-conscious problem. I've never really thought of myself as much. I'm happy to have Ash. And I don't want him to have regrets of having me. And the same rule applies to work. I doubt my knowledge and I doubt myself and my actions constantly. I don't want to be that anymore. I constantly feel sad. I feel like people at work can probably understand too. Oh look, the little freak's gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seems to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they choose to ignore her. As Demo crept even closer, the clouds began to thin and rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. You are not. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leery gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and wait, what? Hold on, what? She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Oh. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaine. He called to his cohorts. Come on, guys. Let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled up in a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries, did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawling on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Ugh. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the last of her concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. "Hurts like a bitch, doesn't it? Don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You count on it." "Grandma!" The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo used to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. "Ow!" he screamed, leaping to his feet. "Stop it, what are you doing?" "Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch." "You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me." The old woman shrugged. "I like this woman." "Oh, really? Huh? You gonna throw rocks at Kaine? Now you're gonna complain over one rock? How many rocks did you and your boys, throw at Kaine, huh? Death is the best cure for stupid." I agree with this woman. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words, locking his eyes on Kaine. He stepped backwards and spat on the ground. "Get out. Leave this village. No one wants you here. Either of you." Who says they want to be in that village? It's shit anyways. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. Good. I would have just chucked more rocks at him. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. "Ha! Look at that fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight." The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Uh-oh. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders. Then produced a cloth. From the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. "Oh, Kaine," she said, "why don't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. Yeah, that's right, Grandma." The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. "Don't be nice to me," she said. "I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore." Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. "Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead." As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hand on her shoulders. "I hate when people think like that. It hurts." Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next. And it grants no mercy to those that attempt crossing it. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone you care close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence. And their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with the tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't. Girl, ain't nobody in this world normal. Hell, I mean, even I'm not normal. I got multiple personality. Ash knows this, and I'm glad he accepts it, but no one's normal. Everyone has their flaws. Even when I'm alone, I'm truly not alone. And so I'm thankful for them right here. When I'm alone, they come to me. Hush, interrupted Grandma. I will not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, then they could just go to hell. Yeah, tell her, Grandma. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. You don't think those are, one of the things, lunar tears. A wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable. And the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. I was right, they're lunar tears. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears are legendary flowers. Most people could live an entire most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Well, where did you find these? Just stumbled upon them while I was out doing my shopping. The old woman turned away. As she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pain she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down these flowers, used its construction. made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt beneath her fingers, or between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Yeah, I bet it does. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. So, thank you, Grandma. Your grandmother smiled. We're going to be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine looked at her grandmother's hand in look. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began to walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away in the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up the vane and into the sunny clouds. Or past the vane, I'm sorry. The last faint hints of the rainbow were suddenly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Let me just take another bite of my ramen. This is going to be another reading episode, isn't it? In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about in a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Huh? Wait, what? Grandma's with the axe? Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that can make most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kaine. That you, Kaine? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close, or I might take your... Hold on. Don't get too close, or I'll take your goddamn foot off myself, by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine enough for her to hear the whistle. I've actually had that happen, like something flew by my ear and I heard it whistle. At which point she decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water, a lunch, or a new axe or something. The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment and smiled. Tell you what, Since I'm doing such a piss poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into them bastards. Damn, Grandma gonna be able to take on some shades? That's epic. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with a wooden bucket on her end. Gathering water was by far the most difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with the chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take upon residence. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it comes to the villagers and her granddaughter. And rare were the days when many but two of them could find And rare were the days when any but two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Sorry, I'm kind of bad at reading. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated that chore. Swing after swing, the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood. And there goes my controller. Easy. And when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it. Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it! Damn it! Ah, crap! She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe and forced it from the wood and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezing laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Please no. Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress. But Kaine didn't notice. Grandma? Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, The woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. "Stop that! Just stop!" she cried, breathing heavily. "It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all." Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words could ever. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally come due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending, sooner than either of them had feared. The position would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. "Grandma, you're sick. You need medicine. I'm going to the village." The old woman shook her head and tried to raise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. "It's alright," she said. "I'll be fine." Her grandmother fixed her gaze with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. "Well, I don't like it, god damn it. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up." The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way to the road of the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes, making sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. "Girl, you're able to swing an axe. I'm pretty sure you can easily battle them now." But she encountered neither tormentors or shades, and Kaine finally found herself at an entrance of the village. The few adults could glance sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away to the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. "I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong." She chanted these words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who angrily waved her arms in the air, telling everyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. "Hold on. Hey, lady," said Kaine with a bravado she didn't feel. "Where's the apothecary?" The woman's flabby cheeks shook and bewildered her anger. "How dare this thing speak to me? How dare this woman speak to Kaine like that?" They seemed to say, but Kaine saw her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. "Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one." "Which way?" Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building right to the right before hitching... Hold on. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in another direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary, but But the new emotion had little time to root. For as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god, he sputtered. I mean, what are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kane happily ignored it. Stretching on her tippy toes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for medicine. Ha! Barked Demo. The old bitch finally keeled over? Go to hell, Demo. Ooh! Way to go, Kane! The boy's eyes grew wide. They seemed ready to fall out of his head. But before he could let a fly out a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slung out of the shop, cursing Kine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medicine. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written on some indecipherable language. An ocean of aroma assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kine a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there was a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it out when she was just a little girl. She has been dead a long time now. Kine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard rumors about you, he said. It's a small village, and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think that they matter much. I know that your grandmother, Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of this town was just deplorable. Grandmother's name is Kali? Thought Kine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, she said as Kine scooted away yet again. I owe her much. I wonder she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like it very much. Kine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Before or never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceivable step. Sorry, I'm bad with words too. But it was a step nonetheless. And with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her foot was blackened and raw. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding in bits and places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. "Grandma, you need to stay in bed." She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hands clasped around her arm. "Back already, are you?" asked her grandmother with a yawn. "Come here, let me have a look at you." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had happened to her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. "Well, how was it? Those bastards giving you trouble?" "It was kind of fun," said Kaine with a small smile. "No, seriously, it was." "Fun, eh?" asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. "Uh-huh. So, anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know." "Oh, no, it's okay." As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her a portrait. "A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone." "But Grandma, it'll make you live forever." "Horse shit," said her grandmother, throwing back a sheet from her bed. "Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner." But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and slowly drifted to the floor. "It's terrible. It looks nothing like you at all." "I'm sorry, Grandma." Wait, they didn't put a quotation. "I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crowns would, make drawing easy or something." The old woman's eyes narrowed at her grandmother's disappointment. "Let me be the judge of that," she said, ignoring the pain in her neck. She reached for the paper. The stretch could have been a person's face on sketch. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kaine," she said between the laughter. "You truly are my blood. You are as clumsy as me, and I love it. But, hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a piece of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand no more. She asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. "Posh!" said the old woman. "I'll take this down when they roll me in my pawn." I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud. She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped on one knee. Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness. It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory. A perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. Let me get another piece. I'm kind of like thirsty or dry throated. Yes, I'm eating it with chopsticks. It's ramen noodles. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Times move on. People and memories move in and out of their lives like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Oh. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm just tired of reading. Let me get my coffee. Kaine listened to the sounds of crackling firewood and stared back at the black object on her plate. Black object? Did she burn the food? She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Sorry, it's I'm on WhatsApp with my with the homekeepers and everyone. Finally, she summoned the courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. Sorry, Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. Ew. The old woman threw some more wood on the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry. Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs? Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug, Kaine said. Or said Kaine. And I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible. With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing it as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's terrible, alright. What, you little brat? Laughed the old woman. Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people. Their relationship had grown into fits and starts, but moved forward at the same time, or all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time. What's the temperature outside? Oh my god, it's almost 80! And I still have no clue where my air conditioning remote is. Kaine cannot remember the time when she had been happy. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day. and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found kind of lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burnt berry rolling through her belly. Oh no, I don't like this music. Where are you going today? Asked Grandma suddenly. Kind of looked up surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. I was gonna go check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm gonna pick some flagstones. So I need to take the wheelbarrow. Flagstones? What the hell for? Kinda stared at grandmother, then held out an arm and swept around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, this old place sagged like a boxer in a final round. Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house, and I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection. The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. God damn it, girl. If a bunch of thieves wanted to ransack this whole place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyways. I'm not worried about the thieves. I'm worried about the shades. People saw one past the village, people saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about that some other... Grandma, no. If I don't go to the colleen trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that. A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment, she was a small child lost in a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately, it seems my mind is... She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking out a wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she received it. You're going to be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers on the girl's hair. That means less chatter about shades and building. Hold on. So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls and more talk about how beautiful you've become. Annoyed, Kaine reached up and removed the garland. But the look of on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing, she said, said the old woman. Blah. And there ain't no other like you in the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough complaints or compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you. Where'd that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kaine with a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it. What the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, and slowly her wrinkled hands out. Hold on. Then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened to me there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she said, maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on old cogger like me. I think that's how you pronounce it. You go get your fruit and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Connie rolled her eyes and kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Connie could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself. But in the end, the temptation was too great. She spun around on her heels for one final look and saw a small, bent-over woman in front of the ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. Gods, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Connie worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Connie pushed a nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling down the hill. Oh no. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead, tracing its path with a finger. Connie suddenly felt her stomach knot on itself. Oh gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze. Oh no. The flames licked up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma? Grandma! Connie ran then, faster than she could ever move in her life. Once she tripped over a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground. But she leapt back to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Connie's mind began to race with time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark. Not just fire. It can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingled with a thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through the means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, claws sprouted from its body in a random chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Connie let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her. A bend of rotted meat and excrement. And the horror became real once more. I gotta take a breather. I just gotta finish my ramen. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kane responded with a scream of her own. "You bastard!" she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me, let's go." The shade eyed Kane with amused interest. Then it began to look from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kane glanced toward the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kane. "Alive!" Kane's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yards toward the flame-wrecking house. Before she could advance a few more footsteps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar, powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kane tumbling in the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up, get up, get up, get up now! As Kane struggled to her feet, the shade stomped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with a tip of her claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, and collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kane lurched to her feet, only to fall back to the earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. "Grandma, hold on, just a little longer." Her grandmother's face was turning blue. Her eyes rolled back until only whites were exposed. Kane pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness. The distance seemed to increase every second passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue. Its giant mouth turned up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. "Bastard laughing at us." She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. "Yeah, I see your plan." The shade moved its claws slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kane was close enough to touch her. "I'll kill this bastard." Summoning all of her strength, Kane rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap of her right ankle as the foot twisted backwards. Ugh! As she forced it from her mind and began to hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch of her waist, she leapt on her foot and pinned on the pin of her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. "Give her back," she screamed. "Give her back to me!" It's like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt and with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again. Well, it's Friday, isn't it? Alright, today's Thursday. Then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air toward the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kane never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice rose up. Kane? Kane's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to touch, or reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma? Kane, you gotta run. You can't best this one. She grabbed Kane by the hands and held on with all of her strength. Grandma, come on. We have to go. The woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kane's grasp and tumbled to the ground below. Grandma, no. No! I said, run, goddammit. You have to. You have to live. You have to get through this. The thought would stay forever unfinished before she could say another word. The shade clawed. Huh? Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot incented, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from the gaps in the creature's toes, and it was as the terrible, putrid smell assaulted Kane's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendages, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kane blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers for just a moment. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the finger, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was now gone. Memories flashed through Kane's mind at one after the other, faster and faster, until they became meaningless jangle of noise. Kane screamed then. A thunderous sound that echoed through the cliffs seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor spewing out of its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with the very step it crept towards the prey. Kane's body slowly rose as if controlled by Mad Puppet Master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head rolled dangerously aside, yet somehow she managed to stand. I'm sorry, this is a lot of reading. Yet somehow she managed to stand, staring at the shade. Her eyes began to glow with a deep fire red. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kane seized the moment, laughing like a mad woman. She leapt into the air, plunging its shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade took Kane off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sense of pain echoed throughout her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't. Hey, Emerald. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kane's mind, something finally broke. The sound of pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. tick. A sound of pain. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it now. Ah, hell, wrong one. As a spark that was kind of slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live bend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. Ooh!
The beast approaches. Oh, I know.
Can't pause it. Hey there, beastie. We meet again. Finally. Give me a second. I'm gonna find my fucking controller to the remote or the air conditioning. It is hot in here. No, it's not bad. Sorry, babies. I'm trying to turn that air conditioning on, whether I can turn it on manually or not. I found the water bottle. Found the water bottle. As I remember, I said it somewhere over here, I think. I'll just run it manually. I need air. You're gonna hear the air conditioning, but found the water bottle. If beer starts meowing again, I can start spraying him. Oh, give me a tick and let's let the air conditioning do its thing. Okay.
This creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not going to let this happen again. It dies today.
Yeah. Kill it.
My sword fits lighter. It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Yeah. Got it. Oh. 8 spears, sucker. Pretty sure my dad is glad we didn't take the air conditioning out yet. More reading. Gently, weakly, softly. The shade reading. The shade sure that was Tremor was dead. Turned into a stomp towards the horizon, stopping along the way. The below one final roar couldn't kill it. A shame beyond imagining. Candy turned her head side to side, only succeeded in coughing up huge gout of blood. It was difficult to see, and only for the moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home, and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Ha! Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are you? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo. She thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I... Don't you fucking do it. Go to hell before I pluck your eye out and feed him to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. I want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth and thanked the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it piece with sharp pincers. No, stop! Don't hurt that picture. Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved, fluttering in the air. To her surprise, the insects fell at the picture and fell to the ground below. There was black thermal smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, opened her mouth, silent scream. Floated in a silent scream, whatever. The sketch showed her grandmother. She truly was a smashed, unrecognizable jumble of nothing. Apothecary smiled and broke into a jolly dance. See that? I'm sorry, I'm trying to read fast, okay? See that? She cried as he danced a jig. This is perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha cha cha cha. I look like that? Oh god. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke and of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she could let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began to whisper in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanely had somehow found its way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled into her skin, under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something. Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me. Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice in her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse. A freak. I should be left to die. The other two voices boomed in her ears. Oh god, you are the best. Kaine glanced down and saw a black shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried brushing it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet and began moving up towards the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is the mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot searing pain in left its wake. Whatever else might happen, she is still alive, and this is real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kind of tried to ignore the voice and concentrated on the pain, but the newcomer would not leave. We'll hear none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up. Ready to die. So why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground and feel the rain. Taste the wind. The voice paused, as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood, just like before. In response, Kaine lifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face, crept through her nose, and slowly oozed to the socket of her missing eye. The moment that it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whispering moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah. What can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on. Give me the body. And I'll give you more of this feeling. It's fair trade. The black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be grown back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she regained her voice. Stop. The black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request. Then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing into a cloud of smoke. Ugh. What the hell, sunshine? Screamed a voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. Brave image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image behind her mind. The whole body was quaking with rage. She was open her eyes again, burned bright red. The thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kaine glanced down towards the mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shades burned itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. More emotion she felt. The more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own. Gotta stop holding its whatever it is. Sorry. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. It's my favorite dish. I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and shut up, and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, sunshine. Real rich. Look. Why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours at the area would love to see you dead. Connie grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, the darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Connie screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of the bone crunching on the bone... Wait, what? Bone crunching on bone filled the air. Hold on. Sorry. Stupid idiot girl, you're possessed now, Sunshine. And there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me. We got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of the shade? Is this how they're going to see the world? So, listen, purred the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all I've had. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine. And now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you? That big old shade that squashed your granny? We'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more beats for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Wait, Kaine said. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What? You think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good damn who you murder. Hold on. I don't give a good damn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled on her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind. And she was enjoying the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me? We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the body part that you don't want. Wait, what? I'll even take care of the bloody part. Damn it, let me read that. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you go. Oh, Sunshine, we're going to have so much fun together. So listen, my name is Tyran. Tyran, I guess, is what it's called. Or Tyran. My name is Tyran. And if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. I like rotten and sour. Connie found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said, yeah, I think this can work. I want to find that shade, and I'm going to strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm going to do the same to you, Tyran. Count on it. Ha! Laughed Tyran. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body. But if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm going to take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm a few times. Feels perfectly normal, she thought. Feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking at and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I'm not a shade. I'm Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through rubble in her house. She carefully ignored the red stained spots in the corner. Finally, after what seems like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the Wraith of the Lunar Tears. Though I had been through hell and back, the garland's petals was bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, but then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry, but I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupt, a freak. And this time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn, and the people of the area rose to their daily lives, she remembered that position, as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that infected her world.
Alive! Stay alive! Stay alive!
Grandma?
Kaine, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Kaine!
Oh, hey.
Hello there, hussy.
Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
You still recognize me?
Duh.
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Does this mean I can stop reading now?
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Give me a second. There's like a splotch in my glasses.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one. We let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Please, tribe people are tired and
This is... No, you and Kaine sick...
People are afraid of him. As long as you're right.
I'm used to sleeping.
I
We'll see you
mean,
later.
I'm wanting to skip past the parts we already know. We've already experienced this before.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleep every damn it.
We should...
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila.
And Popo.
For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself. I should apologize to Kaine and Emil.
Sorry, hold on a second.
But what good would that even do?
Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm just texting somebody.
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that...
Campfires are weird, aren't they? I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so
True.
why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is... different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together.
Yeah.
Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we just forget I told you about that?
More warm water. That's a meal's cure for everything, is warm water. Wait, what? A hooch? Oh, cigarette.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
There is a new mode.
What might...
It's Mom's diary.
I have not heard you...
She got the blacks.
My apologies.
It's all right. This is the only reading it helps. But the final entry, well, take a look.
Oh, this is how we access it.
Say there, can you not hear me?
We're in our adult form.
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now. There's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Behold. Are you guys ready for this? Let me see if I can't. Options. Yes. This is gonna be epic. Oh, she brought Chick home. The world of recycled vessel created to avoid destruction of all. Bats. Bring it. Bring it. That was quick. Wow. The Black Scroll, a lost destiny. A white book, a false truth. Bring it. Bring it. This is a remix of the songs. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Oh man. Please don't change the song. Please don't. This one's good too. What the fuck are they throwing? They're throwing Emil's face. This is a Shadow Lord remix. Aw, man, that'd be kind of cool if we could. Nice try. Ha! One-handed sword, fool's embrace. Bring it. Who else wants some? Oh, hell. Ah. Ha! That's all you got. Ooh. Oh, so I guess I gotta make it through? Please bring me back. Okay, good. I was about to say. Eat this. Oh, I'm ready. I love the soundtrack of this game so much. Damn it. Come on. I don't care. There we go. It's kind of creepy how they got Emil's head as the attacking power. Damn it! I keep on falling there. Damn it. Sorry, I keep on falling. Okay, I do have that. Not done with it yet. I kind of like this. There's a new platform. Oh, you, huh? Bring it. What the fuck? Ha! Get wrecked. Oh, it's just a door. I was hoping before we continue. Kabuki outfit. I like that. 1,000 experience points. I really like that. That was cool. Door number 2. Let's get it. Go on ahead. Ha! Ooh, that was a hit. Ball sections prohibited. Blade wielding tiger. Okay, interesting. Magic spewing bat. I mean, finish this quickly then. Let's back to this again. There's no map of this area. Can I still get materials? Ate this. Straight. Alright, go this way. I don't care what level we are, we're going to try the level 3. Ooh. Titanium alloy, so we do get something from here. Huh. What's a what?
Seems we have been shut in.
Good. Good for us, bad for them. They're stuck in here with us. Okay, so Dark Lance, I'm gonna have Dark Whirlwind. I don't really care about the damage. This is gonna be a bloodbath.
It seems we have been...
Good. I can use this defensively. Ha! I forgot, these things are impervious to magic. What? You're still alive? Next. Oh man. I made it through this part. Come on. By the way, Monday or Tuesday, I will be starting a late live stream. Either that, or I might be live streaming a tad bit early and ending a little bit later. I keep doing that, actually. I love the Shadow Lord's theme as well. Is that it? Two-handed sword, fool's lament. Who's our next challenger, eh? Them? Seriously? Ooh, Fool's Lament. What the hell? Ha, dodge it that time. Okay, I feel like I should do this again. Let's use Dark Phantasm. Wow, I didn't do anything. 2 of you morons is gonna be a pain. Okay, in that case, we're gonna switch Dark Phantasm out, maybe for Dark Hand. Ate it! Ooh, that stripped all of his armor off. That's the case. Time for me to take all that armor off of you, pal. I've never fought this kind of enemy before. It's exciting. Ate this! Ooh! Yeah, that is a big thing I cannot break. Okay, maybe Dark Hand again. Strip all of his armor off. When's if I just do this? What's a what? So Black Hand strips him of all our armor. Pretty much. What's next? Next. Oh, this is a shooting challenge. Target's coming up. This one's fun. Bats. Wait, am I running out of ammo or magic? I think we gotta make a full round. Kill the pig! Uh-oh. Good accuracy, Vice. Damn satisfied. I tried the vase. I honestly forgot about this. Come on, get this thing moving. We've completed your challenge. The samurai outfit. 4,000 experience points. Yeah, I tried to kill all the enemies as I could. Let's try door number 3, see how that works. You sense something terribly sinister beyond this door. It may be difficult to endure with what awaits you on the other side unless your soul is at least level 33. Yeah. It's only 3 levels away. Bring it. What is this place? This is in whatever it is town. Seaport. I see. Ha! Not doing any damage. Seems like the only magic attack we do or can do is Dark Lance. I'm joining in that arena. Hi. Oh. Ha ha. What's back here? I'll see what's back here. Oh, okay. I can still take you out easily, pal. Oh, okay. Ooh. What the what? We got parried or stunned? You're dead. It was a little bit tough. Very interesting, though. Foolish human, foolish human, foolish human, foolish vessel. I can use these pigs to my advantage. Uh-oh. Ow. Alright. Move out of the way. Yeah, no problem. We'll kill some boars. Just gotta be careful not to hit the other boar. Thank you. So I do have to kill the boar? Ha! Is that all? Seriously? I mean, I'll admit, it was a nice touch adding the boars in. It's a little bit challenging, I like it. All is paid, all is sacrifice. Oh. Back to the Metal Gear Solid. Titanium alloy, that's cool. I forgot I can move the camera. Okay, block that. Hold on. I need Dark Hand. Eat it, both of you! Ha, all your armor's stripped off. I'll do one at a time then. Next. Ha. Yeah, I'll drink it. Like, just let me hit you. Kind of difficult when the camera is moving on its own. Crap, didn't mean to use that. Ooh, got pyrite. I just realized that. 2 pyrites. I think those are kind of rare, I think, aren't they? Ooh.
It seems we've been shut in.
Oh boy, what kind of monstrosity are we about to face? Give me a second, I'm gonna go get some coffee real quick. I'll be back. Enjoy the nice, beautiful music. Come on. Alright, next. Thought they said this must be difficult. Oh, you can see through the wall. Get ready for the whack! You're next. Time to wind up the hands. Too slow. That it. Intend the spear. Fool's Accord. Knock the armor right off you. Ha! Whack! Your move. Sight. You again. You're taking all his armor, but doesn't matter. Let's take care of you. You're a nuisance. All ranged enemies are a nuisance. Stop sometime. Kind of slow down time. Wind up. Ooh. Hard mode, huh? Oh, that's close. That was it. I didn't get a single hit from you. Weak. I'll say the dark hands have really been coming handy right now. Completely strips them off their armor. I've never been to this part of the temple before. Heads up. Heads up. What? Worse than, let's kill that. I got a better idea. Get ready. Fire. Five hands of a strike. I see when they lose their armor, they start putting up magic resistance. Can't remember what this sucker does, but oh, it does that. Just wait till my magic power is full up. Where is he? Now. Oh, his bow. Please tell me that killed him. Good. Yeah, that's a jump I cannot make. That one, on the other hand. Hi. Oh. Ready for these hands? You don't want to throw down with these hands. Hold on. Okay. This one's gonna be annoying. Ha! I can't keep doing that forever. Nice try. Guess what? I just took you down. Another? Sad thing is you can't block. Now die. Haha. You saved the weakest one for last. Maybe not. But definitely the easiest one to parry. Should have set this one for first. Give me a tick. I'm winding up. After this, you're... Oh, wow. Haha! You're dead. What? This ain't good. I gotta take care of the ranged ones first. Who are you? Oh, you can be parried too, huh? Oh, and you can block too. Stuff this up your pie hole. Slow down time for a wind up. Okay, here hurts. Oh, please tell me. Okay, I'm still alive. Try that again. No! Oh my god, I was so close to finishing it. Boo, that sucks. Can't dish out an enemy that I don't know anything about.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Huh. Let's see, it's 4, 5, 5:30. Yeah, I gotta look on my phone. Not yet. Ugh. I think I might have to call it for the stream for now. It is almost 4 o'clock after all. It is almost 5:30 and I'm pretty sure he should be waking up soon. Alrighty. We'll pick this back up later on tonight. Oh, I really want to beat that one. I want to know what it gives you. But I do like that combo with the giant hands. Or the dark hands. Just one smack. And all their armor is almost gone. Or almost all their armor is gone. Hey, it leaves me enough of an opening to do some serious damage. I kind of got reckless, so... Let's get something missed out. But anyways, I'll see you guys later tonight. Ash is going to be working a double, so I don't know when his lunch break is, but when he takes his lunch break, I will probably call it, because now I'm back to working from 7 till 3. So yeah. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.